Wow, this is a bit messy in here. Hey everyone, and welcome back. So I just wanted to give a little context regarding the clips that you're going to see in this video. I actually stitched together two different reconnaissance rides for this video. So I've got my map here in front of me. I'm just going to flip the camera around and show you the two different rides that I did in this video. So what you're looking at here is sort of the southeastern quadrant of Flagstaff. So here's Flagstaff up here. This is Lake Mary Road going out here, and this is Mormon Lake, which I talk about often. And then Marshall Lake is up here. The first ride that I did, actually the very first reconnaissance ride I did, I came out here to Mormon Lake and I rode out this way with the idea of hopefully trying to connect a loop going up through this way, but I never made it that far just because I ran out of daylight. So the other part of the ride that I want to connect involves a ride through here and around Mormon Mountain. So that's the first ride that you'll see in the video, is I'm kind of playing around in here. The next ride you'll see, I'm going to flip the map over here. I tried to go back up towards a place called SP Crater. So now you're looking north of town. This is the big peaks here, San Francisco peaks. And way up here behind this text is SP Crater. So the ride I went on for the second ride in this video is I went up 89 North and I popped out on this road here, hoping to go out this way. But what happened was I ran into some four-wheelers up here, and they basically told me the road was really crappy. And normally I would kind of still go check it out for myself, but I was all by myself, and you know, there wasn't a whole lot of time left in the day, and so I just kind of decided to not risk it. And so ultimately then what I did was I just came back, and instead of going straight home, I came back over to this side of town, and instead of just going straight back home, I came down through here and made a loop up and around Marshall Lake. And that was all stuff I've done before, but I had actually forgotten about a section in here that was quite messy and surprised me a little bit. All right, welcome back everyone. So I am out on the Himalayan, just a few miles from my house on some back roads here. And first and foremost, I really just wanted to enjoy some of that sweet, sweet sunshine. We've got some pretty decent snow in the forecast for next week, so I just want to get out and enjoy the roads and trails as much as I can before they close all the forest roads. So that's my main motivation for this afternoon, but also because this particular road that I'm on is part of the bigger route that I'm planning. So this is essentially one of my reconnaissance rides now. This particular route here will actually connect into that first route that I did a few days ago. And I was gonna actually do this section that day, but I just ran out of daylight. So, you know, I figured I might as well take a look at it today while I'm out anyway. And I really don't anticipate any of this road being particularly technical. I've done quite a bit of it already. And so I suspect it'll be just like this, mostly class 1 and class 2 forest roads. And yeah, so coming up very soon, in just a few miles, we'll get to a place, I think it's called Ponderosa Flats or Ponderosa Prairie or something like that. And it's basically just this vast, wide open meadow that's supposed to be quite lovely and surrounded by ponderosas, obviously. And you know, I don't know what to expect. It may just look like every other meadow, but I don't know, it has its own point of interest on the map, so maybe that means it's a little more interesting. Looks like we're coming up on our big meadow here, at least part of it. Wow. Okay. Oh yeah, this would be great for some drone footage. Wow, that is a pretty cool meadow. All right. I have definitely been up this way. I'm starting to have some traumatic flashbacks to Mormon Mountain. Because this is the way that you go to go up to the summit. Ooh, that is a very bright sun. I cannot see where I'm going. Oh dear Lord. That is pretty rough. Wow. Well, that was it. Great success. Just on the other side of this dry lake bed over in those mountains over there is where we were the other day on our first reconnaissance ride. So that's where we would basically connect in. And I'm just gonna head home on the highway, but I'm gonna take the scenic loop road here as opposed to the long way on Lake Mary, just because this is a fun twisty road. Alright guys, well, welcome back. I'm north of Flagstaff now, north of the peaks, and I'm on a back road here headed towards SP Crater. You might remember I went up there earlier this year to explore the crater. What I'm doing today is another recon ride, and I want to check out to see if this road that I'm currently on right now is doable all the way to SP Crater. And if it is, then I'll be able to basically just turn around and head home and check this section off of my to-do list. So also it's worth noting that the cold front is moving in tonight, so this is really the last nice day on the forecast, at least for the next 10 days. So I kind of am playing hooky right now, and I'm out to enjoy just some time on the bike. So as you can see, this road's a little bit chunky right here, but I suspect it'll be fine once we get up around this corner here. So let's get exploring and let's get to it and see what kind of terrain we're going to be dealing with on our way to SP Crater. Alright, what do we have here? I'm not sure what we have actually, but I'm gonna see if I was supposed to go straight here or supposed to go left. I actually think we were supposed to go the other way. Let's turn around and see what it looks like. If it looks really nasty, then we'll just bail. No big deal. I'd prefer not to have any major wipeouts today. How's the road up there? Is it all right?
For a while.
You know, my rule of thumb is always that I take people's input under advisement, and I certainly consider it when I'm making a decision to test out a road or not. But I usually like to just see for myself. I learned this on a lot of my hiking when, you know, I was dealing with a lot of snow, say in the Sierras or something like that, and I would get reports from people where they would say, you know, it's completely impassable, turn back, there's no way you can get through this section. And I would go and do the section and be like, well, it was okay, it wasn't that bad. It was, yeah, it wasn't like great, but it was definitely not impassable. So same goes for this kind of stuff. You know, I like to think that I can make my own decisions, but even still, I'm out here by myself. I'm pretty far from home. I kind of just don't really want to risk it today, and that's okay because I don't need to solve this problem today. In about maybe 2.5 miles, maybe 3, we'll be back on part of the road that's very familiar, that you should all recognize from previous rides out here. Okay. Wow, this is a bit messy in here. Ooh. Wow, I don't remember this being so messy. Whew, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I just thought that this was gonna be smooth sailing the whole way. forgetting about all that stuff in there. So this is really good. I'm really glad I decided to come out here and re-scope this section. I'm gonna go up the right side here. Like I said, I've gotten pretty used to this stretch in here, so I don't get too worked up about it now. Just very comfortable on it now. There we go. That was it. Piece of cake. So for the record, every time I mention Marshall Lake, this is technically the lake off to my right, which is almost always dry. I don't know that I've ever really seen any significant water in the lake. So, but this is Marshall Lake. That's fun. Oh, wow. The wind just picked up significantly, so I have no doubt the drone would have yelled and screamed at me. All right, let's get home and call it a day. Ooh. So, coming up on something here that looks like a big fire. Something is definitely burning big time. Wow, what is going on? What is on fire? Something is definitely on fire. Oh my goodness. Did I leave the stove on? That's not funny. Oh my goodness. There is definitely a fire in town right now. And I need to find out what the heck's going on, because that's not good. That's not good at all. Oof, wow. That is heavy smoke. Alright, so that'll do it for another reconnaissance ride. Despite the disappointment with the SB Crater section, I'm not necessarily ruling it out yet. I'd like to get back there and get a sense of it myself before truly ruling it out. So, alright, well, looks like we're gonna make it home and one piece with a functioning motorcycle, and in my book that is a great success. So very happy that I got to get out before the really cold weather sets in. So that's it for me, guys. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you on the next ride.